Welcome to Amy. As one of Canada's preeminent centers of artificial intelligence, we thrive in our role bridging world-leading research and industry. Join us as we cultivate scientific excellence, develop talent, and coach businesses through AI adoption.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for spending the next 30 minutes with us. My name is Christy Holtby, and I'm the Managing Director of Investment and Partnerships here at AMI, the Alberta Machine Intelligence Institute. And I am thrilled to be joined by a group of phenomenal community leaders who are here to let you know a little bit more about and invite you to join us into the AI ecosystem for women in Alberta. So up first, I'd like to introduce Yasmin and Bernie, both the co-founders and the co-chairs of Alberta Women AI.
Thank you, Christy. This conversation is very important, and Bernie and I will address why this conversation is important and what we're doing about it. So one may ask, why is it important? There are many studies by McKinsey, Statistics Canada, several universities and others that indicate that in Canada and in Alberta, the gender gap is most significant in STEM education and job opportunities. So these are in addition to subject-specific learnings in the field of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM also fosters inquiring minds, logical reasoning, and collaborative skills. There are a multitude of organizations already working to provide opportunities and along with us. Increased acceleration in innovation is critical to the country's economic growth and success. Alberta especially requires a more diversified economy within the next decade. Bernie and I have we've owned and worked for companies in the STEM world and survived in this male-dominated environment for our entire careers. Being women in IT, we're quite committed to the profession and to the community. With the Canadian Information Processing Society, both Bernie and I served in many roles, board members locally and nationally, conference chairs, and even co-founded KIPS Women in IT, where we brought together 400 grade 9 girls every year for over 10 years to spend International Women's Day with us, where we demonstrated hands-on that IT careers were for beautiful women. While we all understand there's a growing recognition in this untapped capacity and talent of women and women's leadership, it's more critical now than ever before. Women's meaningful participation affects both the range of policy issues that are considered and the type of solutions that are put forward. With increased automation and AI solutions, without women on the table, the solutions are not going to look after women's needs. We need to be on the table. There are many conversations happening, disruptive conversations happening right here in Edmonton as well. So I urge you to look at it, look at us, and look at what you can do to be part of our group. Now I will hand over to Bernie, who will talk about our exciting program. Over to you, Bernie.
Thanks, Yasmin. In addition to what Yasmin talked about, the growing momentum in our community, Mayor Don Iveson has declared that we're going to have 100 AI companies established here in Edmonton, and Innovate Edmonton has been established to help foster and make that happen. Edmonton Global, which is responsible for economic development in this region, has declared that AI and advanced technology is a pillar of our strategy for the region. So how did Yasmin and I get started on AlbertaWomen.ai? Well, it was a few years ago when there was some people gathering in a room to talk about how we could build this ecosystem in Edmonton. And I noticed that the 3 speakers that were sponsoring the initiative were men. And I said, I love what you're doing, but where are the women? And so with that, Yasmin and I approached them and said, we want to enhance the work that's being done in this area. But because we saw the battle uphill with STEM and getting more women into the field, we felt very personally motivated to make sure that right from the beginning, as this ecosystem was developing, that we looked at it with a lens of gender, diversity, and inclusivity. And I have to say the support has been overwhelming. We looked to partner with an organization and we found Amy. Our vision was totally aligned with theirs. And together you're going to hear about the umbrella of products today that really make up AlbertaWomen.ai. They're the Alberta Women AI Kickstart program, AI for Good, Teens in AI, as well as WAY, or Women in AI. And we're going to spend the rest of this session talking about each of these in more detail. But through these programs, participants will engage with their peers, they will learn about opportunities, and you can develop a network of female-identifying mentors, friends, and like-minded people in our community throughout Alberta and beyond. As co-chairs, Yasmin and I work with Amy's investment and partnership teams to identify the sponsors and the partners for the programming and delivery of these programs with one goal, and that is to increase the participation of women in Alberta's AI ecosystem. So in conclusion, if we were going to give you advice, and we have many years of experience between us, we would say first, get out of your comfort zone. You are listening to this video and you are going to find opportunities here for continuous learning and continuous improvement. Commit yourself to try new things that will advance your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, that may in fact determine your career trajectory. We encourage you to read, watch videos, take courses, and participate in the opportunities you're going to learn about today. Learn from the experience of others. Secondly, build your network. Like-minded people will help you achieve your goals, and they will make sure that you are supported, and by the way, have some fun along the way. Yasmin and I met over 30 years ago, and we have done many initiatives together, and we still enjoy continuing to work and, yes, having fun together. You will meet other women at events like this who are also courageous and trying new things. Get to know them and support each other. So we're really excited about the opportunities you're going to learn about today. They're going to be outlined further. It's up to you. Embrace it and make it happen. I now invite Maya Marcus-Sells to introduce us to the AI for Good Lab. Maya?
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much, Bernie. Hi, everyone. I'm Maya Marcus-Sells, the Executive Director of the AI for Good Lab. The AI for Good Lab is a nonprofit machine learning training program exclusively for women. We were founded in Montreal in 2017 by Professor Duena Prekup and Angelique Manella with the mission of increasing diversity in the technology industry and promoting the use of AI as a tool for social good. We are a summer training program and run annually during May and June for a period of 7 weeks. Our participants range from second year of undergraduate to early master's level, and the focus of our program is on introducing a full range of machine learning techniques, from neural networks to reinforcement learning. The target students in our program have a basic knowledge of Python and a strong mathematical background. Women with this background are significantly less likely than comparative men to achieve advanced careers in AI, so the lab gives them a supportive environment to rocket ship top women to the next level. Our focus is three-pronged: education, projects, and network. Our educational curriculum includes a full range of machine learning techniques. After the 4-week curriculum, students work in small groups developing an AI for social good application of their choosing. Throughout the program, they also have opportunities to learn from and network with AI leaders from industry, academia, and social good enterprises, so that they can strengthen their network and have greater understanding of the career opportunities in AI. Finally, all of the students, partners, and academics who are involved in the lab come together on demo day, where the participants present their applications for social good to the entire group. Partnered with CFAR since 2017, we're heading on a national expansion program. And our first new location is Edmonton, partnered with Amy, which is why I'm here today. Thank you so much, everyone. We're really proud to be working with them to bring the AI for Good Lab to Alberta, beginning our long-term goal of expanding the AI for Good Lab sites across Canada. In 2021, the Edmonton and Montreal programs will run concurrently from May 3rd to June 22nd in a virtual environment, with overlap between speakers, but also maintaining opportunities for regional networking and collaboration. Today is an extremely exciting time to be speaking with all of you about the AI for Good Lab and our partnership with Amy, as applications open today. The call for applications runs from today, January 15th, and ends on February 15th at midnight, Pacific time. If you or anyone else you know may be interested in applying, please visit our website at aiforgoodlab.com and follow us on social media as well. Thanks so much. And with that, I'm going to bring this over to Destiny Engel, who will talk about the Alberta Women AI Kickstart program. Thank you very much, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Maya. So last year, we piloted a program to help more early career women connect with opportunities in Alberta's AI community. And we are really, really excited about the evolution of this into a new program called Alberta Women AI Kickstart. So the focus of this program is to increase female representation in the AI community by giving young women a chance to learn about some of the amazing companies in Alberta that are doing AI. And so this is going to be a really great opportunity to make meaningful connections with leaders and mentors from various disciplines and backgrounds. So that can range from executive leadership to AI research or AI product management to software development. So participants will be exposed to a wide range of career opportunities and have the ability to ask like the really hard questions and dig into the lived experience of these roles. So what you can expect from this program moving forward is going to be a 5-session format over a 4-month period. And this is going to cover a range of technical topics to soft skills that are going to be required to kickstart your career. So keep an eye out on our website for applications. We're actually going to be announcing next steps very soon. And there's going to be a link for more information in the comment section. So stay tuned there. And with that, I'm going to pass it off to Christy.
Super exciting. Thanks, Destiny. Not surprised, you've probably caught on to the energy, enthusiasm, and passion that these people bring to the programs from which they're affiliated. So not a surprise that people wear multiple hats. So I'm happy to bring back Bernie in her role as the Edmonton City Lead for Women AI, and Danielle Gifford as her role as City Lead in Calgary. And Danielle's multiple hat is also as the Senior Manager of the Alta ML Applied AI Lab. Welcome, ladies. Over to you.
So I think Danielle's maybe having a little bit of technical difficulties. So I'm just going to tell you about Women AI and what we are and how we are established. So we're going to look at some of the events that we have coming up as well. And we do have a chart deck that Danielle will come back and share with you. But first of all, what we find in this ecosystem in Alberta is there's different players. And as we look across the globe, there's even more people involved in trying to create diversity for women in AI. So there's a global program called Women AI, and Danielle and I are part of that at the Alberta chapter level. What we are is a do tank of women that from a grassroots have volunteered to come together and create learning opportunities for each other to make sure that we have a gender inclusive and ethical AI ecosystem that benefits society. So our mission is to educate female leaders in AI as well as to increase female representation and participation. So you can see the complementary nature that we have with Alberta Women AI. But what this really is introduces a global community. So there's 6,000 members. We've got across 115 countries. We have over 10,000 newsletter subscribers, 35 ambassadors, and our LinkedIn community is growing. We're at 15,000 subscribers. So really, we address this through a series of actions. And Danielle, please feel free to bring the charts up if you like while I'm talking about this. I think I'll keep going. So there's, everything from events where we bring in panels of speakers, we have camps, we have training programs, educational opportunities and workshops. And the beauty is they're going to be developed around the globe. And because of the virtual environment that we deliver them in, you can attend any of them. But we do have a special focus on Canada and a series of ambassadors for the country that are growing. We launched in just September with a full day global conference around the world. We launched our Canadian team. There were 40 countries and 100 experts that participated. We had an Edmonton panel and a Montreal panel as part of it with 4,000 live attendees. So at that point, we launched our Canadian team. We have city leads in each major city. Danielle's in Calgary. I'm the city lead in Edmonton, as mentioned. And then we have other leaders across the country as well as national ambassadors that take on levels of expertise to help these programs get delivered. So just to tell you about a couple of the upcoming events, we had a AI fairness to tackle bias in AI solutions that was delivered actually just last night. In February, we're looking at a program that's not been announced yet, but on March the 16th, we're going to be leading something called Peaks and Valleys of a Career in IT, and that's with an Alberta set of panel members to deliver that. We're also looking at March around International Women's Day, partnering with hashtag Teens in AI to have a global competition around a hackathon, and looking for innovative solutions that come out of that kind of a platform. And then in April, Danielle's taking the lead in Calgary to create a national event called Beyond AI, so careers in applied AI. So if you want to get involved, and we encourage you to do that, Danielle and I are the contacts both for Calgary and for Edmonton, but really we're in LinkedIn, we're on Slack, we're involved, and I hope we can bring this chart up, Danielle, because that's going to be an important way for them to find us. Hashtag WAI, W-A-I, Women in AI is the best way to find us. And we're going to bring up that last chart there to show you the Slack channel and how you can become part of the conversation. So really hope that you'll tune in to learn more. You're going to see lots happening across Canada and around the world through this volunteer network of women, and we encourage you to get involved. So Danielle, sorry about the technical difficulties. Do you want to say anything before we wrap?
Yes. Timing is everything, it looks like, with people coming to the door and dogs barking. But Bernie, you covered it all. I think that was perfect. The big thing is we really want to elevate the conversation around women in AI, and that's really why we're here today. From product to services to actually developing, don't be afraid to get involved and be a part of the community. It doesn't matter your background or your experience. Really just excited to kind of have you here and to be a part. So yeah, again, apologies on the technical difficulties, but Bernie, you stole the show, so thank you.
Well, it's just before we wrap, I do want to make that's a good point. Danielle and I have had this conversation that there are women that are in AI that come from a STEM background, and there is pure AI in the research and the development area, but there are so many opportunities for women and people in the jobs and the roles that surround and support and become part of the teams that make those initiatives happen. And Danielle and I are particularly focused on the April event to give you an insight into what some of those opportunities look like and how you can be part of it even if you're not in a pure computing science field. So there's everything from the pure research development, hardcore AI, to a level of opportunities that support and surround. And all of it is an exciting industry. And we just encourage you to get involved, learn more, and be part of it. So thanks. We're going to turn it back to Christy and Amy to...
I guess to wrap things up. We do have the option. We'd love to answer your questions. So if you add those to the comment fields on Facebook or YouTube, depending on where you're tuning in from, we would happily answer those from this amazing group of people. A few things, huge thank you to the volunteer times that the people put into these programs and to the professional dedication to which they make sure that these programs are second to none. There's some big dates in mind. Today, January 15th, AI for Good Lab applications open and they close on February 15th. There's an opportunity to tune in with Wei and Amy as we present Peaks and Valleys in Your Careers, a panel discussion with some phenomenal female leaders in artificial intelligence in the province and how their careers have taken different journeys and how they've landed in leadership positions today and how they are committed to mentoring women as they go forward. And with that, I think we're going to bring everyone back and we're going to start answering some questions. So a wonderful first question about AI and public health. In partnership with the University of Alberta's Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry and with Alberta Innovates, Amy has been putting on a series of AI and health meetups. So if you're joining us right now on YouTube, you can actually check out the past two talks that we have had on those topics, one being getting into the clinical side of things and the other really around policy discussions, what it will take to truly leverage AI in health and in public health. But this is an ongoing conversation, and I hope that you are subscribed to get in touch with all of the organizations here organizations represented here, because these types of comments and questions help to influence our future programming as well. And thank you, Osmar, for joining us. Osmar is one of the fellows at AMY and a leader in his field. And again, probably very interested in that question about health as well. I'm going to turn this one over to Bernie and Danielle. What is the best way to learn more about women in AI? This question comes from Emma.
We have a great website, so Women in AI, and we did flash up the URL. And there also is a Slack channel, and we have a LinkedIn page. So those opportunities, I would start with the website probably. Danielle, what would you recommend?
Yeah, start with the website just to get an idea of, some of the different types of events and network we have going on. And then I would say the Slack channel is great. It's good not only for growing your network in Canada, but across the globe. So getting involved, seeing the different type of events that are going on, seeing the different types of career opportunities, even connecting. I made some connections in Austria with women in AI, and I just think that's so important. So website, and then I would definitely recommend Slack.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. And I think what we're seeing is popping up on Facebook and YouTube are the links to everything. We want to make this as easy for you to plug into this ecosystem, to connect with phenomenal people who are going to support and support you in your career and your exploration and your training. And that's what we are all committed to. So I hope that we have piqued your curiosity, ignited your passion, and that you are going to, we see you applying for these programs as they come forward and engaging in this community. So a question that has come forward is this program is for women, I would like to ask a question. Many women decide to stay at home after becoming moms. Are you planning to start any returnship program for them? That is a really interesting question. And I think it fits into, I see these heads nodding, and does anyone want to jump in first? So one of the beautiful things that has happened with the move to a virtual world is we're trying to make these programs accessible to as many people as we can, even today's platform. But this is an important discussion, an important piece of that. And I can see that Destiny is thinking to say, how does this connectivity look to future iterations of what we're doing with the Alberta Women AI Kickstart program, and how we can expand our reach as women identify those priorities. So would love to connect with you and really get your insights on this. We need feedback to develop future programs. So absolutely, please keep sending these ideas and recommendations to us.
Yeah, it's a good question, and we have talked about entrepreneurship. We've talked about returning women. We've talked about different elements. So I think, yeah, feed that in. If there's demand, we need to work together to find a way to make it happen.
So if you have these ideas and these questions, please feel free to shoot them our way at hello@amy.ca, and I will make sure that that gets to the appropriate woman on this call to answer and to inform. And in all honesty, we'll all probably take a stab at moving that idea forward. So with that, a huge thanks, and once again to the teams here from Alberta Women AI. Thank you to Bernie and Yasmin for bringing this initiative to life and setting precedent and opportunity. And we're thrilled to see this happening here. And in the spirit of that, obviously bringing together all of these fabulous people in leadership roles and showing the greater network of opportunity for women to plug in. To Danielle and Bernie on the other side with your other titles on, can't wait. We know you're newly minted in these roles with WAY, and we are so excited for Alberta to show leadership across the country and around the world. Maya, I know that this is a national initiative, and we are so thrilled to be partnering with you and the team out of Montreal to make sure that those across Canada and in Alberta have the opportunity to take advantage of this phenomenal technical training and network. And Destiny, who I do have the pleasure of working with every day, your energy and enthusiasm, people you don't even know what you're in store with the Alberta Women AI Kickstart program. So with that, we hope that this is not the first time that we see you. We hope that you tune in early and often, and we look forward to getting to know each and every one of you better. Have a great day.